It's the River 105 and 103.5. DC Taylor in the studio. My friend Alan K. Stout, host of Music on the Menu, Sunday nights at 9 o'clock here on the River. Hi, Alan.
Nice to see you, DC, especially on a Thursday afternoon.
Yeah, Thursday afternoon. Do a little prep for the weekend show.
Yeah, we're getting ready for Music on the Menu on Sunday night.
Yeah.
And we've got a kind of Music on the Menu related guest on the phone.
Exactly, yes. Before Sunday is something that's going to be happening Friday. That'd be tomorrow evening. Ted Wampole from visitluzernecounty.com. Ted, how are you?
Hey, guys. Great. How are you? Thanks for having us on.
All right. Appreciate you calling in. Rockin the County. Now, we've talked about this in the past. We've, of course, mentioned this on the air. Let us know. Just tell everybody, give us a brief overview of what exactly that Rockin the County.
So it's one of those things that comes to you in a vision, and it ends up being that when we couldn't hold Rockin the River this year down at the Millennium Portal in Wilkes-Barre, we decided to try to do something different. We came up with the idea is if we put a band on the back of a flatbed and had it kind of parade through some of the communities in Luzerne County, kind of like you see a lot of those parades that they do to honor emergency workers and essential workers and some of the graduations we saw. I'm sitting on my front porch and I'm listening to a little music, and I'm thinking, why can't we do that with our event to kind of still bring a little bit of music to the to the residents of the county and have a lot of fun doing it. And it took off. It was a huge success. It started, back in the beginning of July with the rainout, and then followed with events in Hazleton, Nanticoke, and Pittston. And just recently, this past week, we did our rescheduled Wilkes-Barre date, and then tomorrow becomes the grand finale on the west side with the rescheduled Kingston 44 event. So we're all pumped about it.
Well, Ted, we want to offer our compliments to you and Discover NEPA and the Luzerne County Visitors Bureau and everybody that's worked on this with you, Will Beekman and Dave Pedry and everybody, because obviously you were hoping to bring back the Rockin' on the River series, which was so successful last summer, and then COVID-19 hit, and I've really admired people that said, okay, we can't do this, but what can we do? And the fact that you guys figured out something so cool and that you've been in Wilkes-Barre and Hazleton and Pittston and Nanticoke, the artists that you've put together, the Mule Team, Dustin Douglas and the Electric Gentlemen, the Hussey Brothers and Ellie Rose, the Indigo Moon Brass Band, and tomorrow night, of course, the Rockology Americans, which is Joan Ardone's School of Musicians. Just a great job. When you look back on this summer of how you were able to provide music to people, what are some of your favorite memories of these 4 events that you've done so far? Because I know you've been in all of them.
Yeah, and I'll be honest with you, it gets it really warms your heart. We started out, and I don't think we were a block into the event in Hazleton, and some people had, they heard the music coming. They go to the front porches, and the people are screaming, "Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for bringing us. This is wonderful. Thank you." And that was only the beginning. We heard it throughout the entire Hazleton run. We heard it through the streets of Pittston, and they had their art walk going on at the same time. So there was some nice music that we brought to them. We heard it in Nanticoke as well, and just seeing the joy on people's faces. People opening up their doors, dancing.
Yeah.
Opening up their second store windows, singing. Alan, you've seen it. You were there.
Yeah.
And coming by some of the restaurants and some of the bars where they have a little bit of a crowd, and the band pulls up. And that's honestly, that's what I'm going to take from it. And it's also spawned some other events that are now going to be coming up in the fall and into next year. I know Pittston is doing their Dancing in the Streets event come up into September. They got the idea, from the Rockin the County.
That's terrific.
Hazleton is doing a little bit of a different version of their event in September.
Fun Fest.
And they're doing a band on the back of a flatbed because the idea came from Rockin the County. And, initially I'm thinking, am I nuts by coming up with this idea? And it took off. Dave Pedry thought it was a great idea. Will Beekman thought it was a great idea. And then, even when we were putting it together, some people are like, I think you're nuts. And we didn't know how it would go. No, really. It's like, but you're thinking outside the box. And I said, listen, the worst thing that comes out of this is, people say, hey, we tried and it didn't work. People think you tried. But it's been such a great success. People are saying, let's do it again next year. Here's what we want to do next year. And we're like, no, we're going back to the river next year.
Well, I saw
the whole idea.
I saw Dustin Douglas posted some great photos on his social media last week, and he said that the thing that brought joy to him was just seeing all the smiles. And you're right. I saw they were down in South Wilkes-Barre near the Riverside Bar, and up in the North End around Patty's Bar, and the people that were at the bars came out and gathered, socially distanced. Everything was safe and well done, but they got to hear some music. Some live music, maybe for the first time all summer. And of course, as you mentioned, all the people are just sitting on their front porch or popping their head out the bedroom window. It was just a great event. And again, we want to compliment you on it and give another shout out to tomorrow night. So tomorrow you're going to start in Kingston and move towards 44.
We're going to start. We're going to start on from the Dollar General parking lot on the corner of Bond Street and Wyoming Avenue, and we're going to do a little run through on two different sides of Wyoming Avenue in Kingston.
Okay, so you're down around Abe's Hot Dogs and Cook's Pharmacy. Correct. For all the Kingston folks down around the Dollar General. Okay.
Yeah. We'll be actually, and then a part of it will be going by Theo's Metro, so we're going to be on that part of Kingston, and eventually when we get back to the Dollar General, now we head up to 44th. And, we'll be going up on Murray Street and then coming back on Wyoming Avenue, up River Street, until we get back on the avenue and back to the Dollar General. So I know that people are pumped. I've talked to many people from 44th that are residents. A lot of people that live in Kingston, they're looking forward to it. They're planning, a little gathering on their front porches or on their lawns. And, it's exciting. And I do want to give a big shout out to Discover NEPA, because when we thought about putting this idea together, then we had to try to find a way to fund it. And with the way everything is, our revenues have been cut dramatically with the great loss of hotel tax, with everything going on. It's like, how do we still pull this off? And Discover NEPA stepped up and said, we'll be the presenting sponsor and we'll cover the expenses. And it's like, they're great community partners, and that's what Luzerne County is all about. And here we are with our grand finale coming up tomorrow night.
We wish you all the best tomorrow night, Ted. I'll see you on the route. I've been at most of them, and I've enjoyed the music. And, again, our compliments to you. And we'll see everybody in 44 Kingston tomorrow night. Starts around 6 o'clock on the route that Ted just told you about. And tomorrow's music will be by Joe Nardone's Rockology Americans. So a great group of young musicians playing some great tunes. Thanks, Ted. We appreciate you taking some time.
Thanks for having me, guys, and thank you very much for your support throughout. It really meant a lot to us. Thanks.